Assalamu alaikum. I'm Ibrahim Hooper with CAIr's weekly news update. This week, CAIr called on the Department of Justice to probe a threat sent to a Muslim lawmaker in Iowa.
Some suspicious white powder and a threatening letter delayed debate at the State House for hours yesterday. Now the Iowa chapter of the Council on American-Islamic Relations is calling for a Department of Justice investigation. The letter was sent to Representative Akeo Abdul-Samad, a Muslim Democrat from Des Moines.
Shocking, and then you just get a grip and you start the process, because there was no sense into going into a panic.
Abdul-Samad and his clerk are okay. He says there was no name signed on the letter.
And then I looked at the letter and read the letter, and it was a very threatening letter to me.
In Florida, CAIr challenged anti-Islam hate promoted by opponents of Muslim speakers in that state's schools.
Islam coming into our schools. There is no talk of Hindus or any other religion, because at least the other religions don't teach hate. They don't teach God is ashamed of women, that they need to be covered up like pigs in a blanket. They don't teach jihads toward people who don't agree with them.
And it's beautiful. But when you hear the translation, oftentimes they end the call to prayer with, "Kill the infidel." Now, this is not the kind of attitude we need to allow into the school system.
But students who actually heard from one Muslim speaker reacted positively.
We had already learned it in class, and it was just reinforcing what we learned.
You think speakers like him should be able to come back?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It all started in November when the director of the Council on American-Islamic Relations spoke to a Steinbrenner High School World History class. He says understanding was at the core of the lesson.
My wife, we just had our first baby daughter last week, and that's really what's motivating me to do this work. I don't care what faith other people's children become. I have no interest in them becoming Muslim, but for sure I want my daughter to grow up without being afraid of her faith and her identity.
In Minnesota, CAIr co-sponsored a Muslim Day at the Capitol, featuring a rally and meetings with elected officials.
It's clear that right now American Muslims are going through challenging times. But we are here today. We're here to let our voices be heard. We're here to show people who we really are and what we really believe.
Following the release of a new study showing that Muslim voters could be decisive in swing states this November, CAIr encouraged stepped-up civic participation.
3 things we want you to do. Go to CAIr.com and register to vote. Look at the legislative section of our website so that you know the issues. And most importantly this year, go volunteer for a campaign.
In Oklahoma, more than 500 people turned out for a CAIr banquet with the theme Making Democracy Work. And finally, in Michigan, CAIr welcomed the dropping of charges against several Muslim athletes who many people believe were singled out because of their faith and ethnicity. To receive CAIr updates and action alerts, sign up at CAIr.com. To contact CAIr, email info@CAIr.com. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to you.
Learn more at CAIr.com.